So this is my first video. I thought I would review WatchGang. I joined their Watch of the Month membership club. I have enough watches personally that I don't need one every month. What I opted for was quarterly delivery, meaning that over the course of the year I will get 4 watches. So every 3 months a new one shows up at my doorstep. I joined mid-year, so I've now had 3 watch deliveries made. We're nearing the end of the year, and I figured I would review what's actually come. What I got was their $99 tier. That is their black membership. And again, that gets you a watch that is decent quality, but you're not going to get a Tag or Omega or Rolex or anything like that. Even at their highest tier, you're not going to get something of that quality. You have a chance to get it based on a random drawing where they'll send out one of the Grail watches, as they call them. But their higher tiered stuff, I want to say, is somewhere near that $300 price point, but it's a few $100s. And so you'll get a good watch, but it's not necessarily going to be a Swiss watch. But again, it will probably be an automatic watch or something that is a higher quality watch than what you would get at the lower tiers. This is the mid tier. Again, this is the $99 tier. Before I get into the 3 watches that I actually received, I also wanted to show you 2 other watches that I got from them. They have an opportunity where you can sort of spin the wheel. You put several different watches that you would like on the wheel, and the higher tiered or higher quality ones have a smaller piece of the pizza, and the more entry level or lower quality ones that are a little more generic have a higher probability of getting hit. I don't know how random it actually is, but I did get 2 watches in that manner. So the first one that I'll show you guys, I actually got out of the box, but it is Aragon is the brand. Comes in a nice leather box with this pillow, the warranty card, and the whole 9 yards. And so the watch that I got is this one right here. It is the Aragon Super Jet. All right, and it has a quartz movement. It is Japanese in origin. I believe it is the VK73 movement that it comes with. It's a 50 millimeter watch. The crystal is made out of their K1 glass or K1 crystal. I'm sure that's not a sapphire. My guess is it's probably somewhere between like a mineral crystal and a lower end glass. Again, it's a glass of some kind. I don't know where that K1 is. There's not a description on their website, but again, it is probably some kind of proprietary mineral crystal that they have. MSRP on this watch would have been about $300 according to their website. Looking in the secondary market, like on eBay, I saw this particular watch going for between $95 and $125. Probably closer to what I would be more willing to pay for it rather than the $300 price point. So again, it's a chronograph as we see here, which means that you've got the second hand that'll sweep and it will actually track it. So we can stop it. We can reset it. Dates at the top. It's got a screw down crown here as well. It's got a gas release valve here at the 9 o'clock position. Again, it is a quartz watch, so it does not have a display back, so it does have a battery on it. It's got reasonable luminescence during the nighttime use, so I'm just going to charge it up here quick with a flashlight, turn off the lights, okay? But shows up pretty nice, pretty clear when we charge it up. But again, this is one that I got on their sort of take your chance wheel of fate that they got. $300 MSRP, realistically probably closer to a entry-level $100 watch. Not a bad watch, got good weight to it, decent size, but nothing to get too excited about. Again, to be clear, neither this Aragon or the one I'm about to show you were part of their Watch of the Month. This was kind of their spin the wheel, take your chance thing. The next one I got doing the exact same thing was a Shield brand watch. Okay, and so I will go ahead and take this one out, show it to you as well. Comes in a more rudimentary case. It's the case is just kind of cardboard. Nothing particularly special. I know some folks are maybe a little more particular about the nicer cases. But again, this one right here, it is not a chronograph. It is just more of a conventional watch. It is ostensibly a dive watch. They have it listed as their Pro Diver. MSRP on their website is €515. That converts currently to about 610 US dollars. When I've looked for this watch in the secondary market, again, like an eBay, I'm seeing it going closer for the 150 to $175 range. It is a Japanese quartz movement. Which particular movement they're using, they do not note on their website. The crystal is a mineral crystal, and it is sapphire coated, so that's good. Should be a little more scratch resistant than some of the lower end stuff. It is a stainless steel case that apparently is finished in a gold. I've worn it minimally, so I haven't had much wear and tear on this at this point. It's a leather strap that it comes with, and the case itself is 48 millimeters. Again, no display back because this is quartz. It is a screw-down back as opposed to a snap-on back. And again, it's got a screw-down crown here on this side as well. So, not a chronograph, but again, screw-down crown, so relatively watertight. Not a big fan of leather straps for something that is supposed to be a dive watch, simply because leather and water don't tend to work that well together, in my experience. I would much rather either have a stainless steel bracelet or a rubber strap of some kind, just because I don't think leather and water are naturally friends. I think it eventually will degrade that leather over time. So here's the Shield watch. Both of these two watches that I've just shown you, again, were simply part of that spin the wheel, take your chance kind of thing they had. I had an opportunity to get some nicer watches in there. I don't know how random it is, but again, that's what I ended up with. So let's get over to what we got here during my first three watches that I got from their Watch of the Month. So the first one here is actually a Jerome Lemar's watch. I believe the model is called a Seurat, S-E-U-R-A-T. MSRP that they advertise in here is $495. I'm not sure that I feel like it's a $500 watch, but it is the only one that I'll show you that actually has sapphire crystal on it. So the sapphire crystal alone is a nice upgrade for the watch. Comes in a decent gift type box, reasonably well packaged. First thing that is noticeable here is it does come with an additional strap. So if you prefer the leather strap, it is a genuine leather strap that you can switch out as opposed to using the metal bracelet that comes with it. I've actually not even worn this one yet. Going to give it to a friend of mine. It's just not to my liking. It's not a bad watch. It's just not one that I feel like is going to do anything other than sit in my watch box here. So rather than putting this in the watch box, I'm going to put this one back in. But again, as I said, it has a sapphire crystal. MSRP is $495. And eBay, I compared it just for secondary price, saw it closer to that $100 price point. Starting bids around $70, and I think probably in the low hundreds would be about what you would get for it. I don't see people spending too much money on this particular brand watch unless it was an automatic. The movement is a Japanese movement again, nothing Chinese or a cheaper movement. It is the VD57 Japanese movement. It's a stainless steel case, 45 millimeters. Back is, again, just a solid back. It is not a display back. It's water resistant. And again, you can see here that it's got the date with the magnifying bubble. It is a chronograph here, so start stop here as well. This has got a push down. Let me see here. Yeah, it is a push down crown rather than a screw down crown. So I don't imagine this one is super watertight if you were to put it in the water anywhere. So just something to note, I guess. But MSRP here, as you can see, $495. This is the JL555B, as in Bravo. Again, sapphire crystal and the interchangeable bands are probably the two biggest selling points to me for this watch. Again, this was the first one I got. Wasn't super excited. You can tell that just based on the fact that I haven't even taken it out of the box. I haven't worn it. The other ones that I've gotten, I have done so. I have a friend of mine that joined the WatchGang at the same time as I did. He got the exact same watch. He was okay with it. Didn't love it, but he was okay with it. He's worn it, but wasn't super excited about it. We'll talk a little bit about that here in a minute. I want to get to my second watch because, in fact, the second watch that you see is not what I actually received. and that's because I traded it with my friend. Again, this one is going to go to a friend of mine just as a gift. So watch number 2 for the WatchGang $99 black tier that I got. It's actually the one that I've liked the most, but it's not the one that I originally got. So the one that I originally got, I'm going to show you guys here on my other phone, just so you can see it. But the one that I originally got was what is known as a Aeromat. All right, and so it was one of these right here. It's the Aeromat VDN, and had an MSRP of about $300 on it. Was not automatic, but it was a Seiko VK63 quartz movement that was in it. Kind of looked to me kind of like a almost sort of a knockoff kind of low-end Breitling or Invicta. Wasn't a bad watch. I actually dug it. It was okay. My buddy, on the other hand, did not like this watch here when he got it. He likes a shiny metallic watch. That's not what this is. This Chronologia watch is actually a carbon fiber, sort of a tactical kind of watch, and it's not to his taste. I happen to actually really like the carbon fiber. I kind of dug the watch, and so I said, you know what, dude, if you're not happy with yours, I'll trade you mine. We did a swap, and so I've got this one here that I'm going to show you rather than the one that I just showed you. And so it comes in a just a zip case. It's nothing, too exotic. You got your warranty card and all that kind of stuff in here. MSRP on this one, if I recall, is about $285, so just a little bit less than the one that I traded him that was $300. I've actually worn this one quite a bit. I like it pretty well. It is sort of a canvas type of strap that's here, but what's unique about this is the case itself is carbon fiber, and I'm not sure how well you can see this. But again, it is not a chronograph. It's got the date. It's got the time, military time as well. But it's very light. It's made out of carbon fiber. eBay, I searched it, and MSRP on that, again, was $285. eBay was going for between about $150, $200, so not too far off. The movement on this, though, this is the only automatic watch of the bunch that I've gotten. Doesn't have the sapphire crystal. It is a mineral crystal with a sapphire coating. But I've worn this a number of times. It's really kind of held up pretty well. But the movement is an automatic movement. It is the Seiko NH35 movement to it. Again, I don't know if you guys can hear this. Okay, but that is an automatic movement on it, meaning that I keep it on a watch winder when I'm not wearing it. But does not have a display back on it. Solid back, screw down. Again, but this case is carbon fiber. I actually was really, really happy to get this in the trade. I was okay with the Aeromat that I showed you guys. I didn't love it. I was okay with it. But when my buddy said he didn't like his, and I had an opportunity to trade for this, I was actually really, really excited about it. I like the automatic watches, and I really like the carbon fiber. So this one's been a nice addition to my collection. It's a little bit different than the other ones that I have. I don't think I did this with the Jerome Lemaire's watch earlier. But I believe we'll circle back to that in a minute. I can't remember if it glows, but this one also is luminescent. Here, shows up really, really nicely here when the lights are off. So again, just a second or two with the flashlight on it, but shows up really, really nicely. So again, really happy with this one. For the $99 that I paid for the month for this one, I was pretty satisfied with what I got. Whereas the Jerome Lemaire's watch that I showed you a moment ago, as I said, gonna give it to a buddy of mine. Just wasn't something that I loved. Let's see whether this one glows. I don't think it is luminescent. It looks like maybe on the actual dials, the watch hands, it may be. So, yep. So that one shows up as well. That is also luminescent here during the evening. Doesn't seem to show up quite as much as the Chronologia watch that I just showed you guys. So this was watch 1. The Chronologia was number 2. And we'll get to the one that I just got today. So this one came today. Nice box here. I saw sort of a surprise. I, for some reason, had my months off and thought I was still a month out from getting anything. But it is a RGMT, I think Regiment is probably what that is abbreviating. I'm not familiar with the brand, but comes in double box, bagged. Got a nice kind of cool little case right here that it comes with. And so, zip box. Haven't taken any links out of this yet. I have not worn it. I literally just got it today. Alright, so the Regiment watch here that came today. Sort of a kind of military, kind of sport looking watch. Comes with a flashlight here, so a little tactical flashlight that it comes with here. I haven't had a chance to play with this, so I really can't speak as to the quality of it, but it's a little extra that came packaged with it. But so right here, as I said, I have not had a chance to adjust any of the links, anything like that. So again, it is a Regiment model 8005-55. All right. And so that, when I did some research, the MSRP on this is actually the highest of the three that I received. MSRP on this is listed as $580 on their website. On eBay, looking at the secondary market, I saw it for about $200 is what it was going for. So the movement in this is a Japanese quartz movement. They do not specify which movement they use, just that it is a Japanese quartz movement. Case diameter is 46 millimeters. It is a stainless steel case. And the crystal is, again, a mineral crystal with a sapphire coating. All right. So weight-wise, it's got some decent weight to it. It's a little bulky. I like that it's got the little red accent here. It is a chronograph. So you can see right here, I hit that button. It's going to start the chronograph, or I can stop it. And there's the reset as well. Crown is a screw-down crown. So right here, pull it out if I want to. Stops the watch. Screw it back down. Has the rotating bezel. All right. And again, what we'll do is we'll charge this one up. See how it looks like in the dark. It's got sort of a textured blue face on it. So this one shows up really, really clearly as well. Very similar, and actually I would say of the three, probably the best in terms of the luminescence during the evening here, or during the dark. So it shows up real clear, real clean. But again, decent size, not super thick, not super bulky. Got to take a couple of links out of this. It's got a clasp here that opens up, and then you have the buttons here to latch it in. But not a bad watch. Again, 3 months in a nutshell. This is the most expensive that I got. MSRP is $580. Again, it is quartz. It is a Japanese quartz movement. My favorite one of the bunch that I got through trade here is this Chronologia. And again, this one has an MSRP of $285. And so for both of these, $99 as far as the membership. So what I got exceeded what I paid based on MSRP price, as well as what appears to be the secondary retail market price. As we all know, if you have an Invicta or something, they'll list some of theirs out for $800, and nobody in their right mind is paying $800 for that particular watch. I'll tell you straight up, if you're buying an Invicta in a store for retail, you are a fool and a sucker. You can get them at a lot of different places for a much better price than what retail is going to be on those. And then the original one here was the Jerome Lamar's. And again, MSRP on this one was $495. Secondary market appeared to be $70 to $95. So looking at that market, that is not what the manufacturer values it at, but what somebody would potentially sell it for to an individual person to person. Seems to be pretty close to that $99 price point that I paid for it. So not a complete loss, but not anything that I'm super excited about. And so again, showing you both of these other two that I got on their Wheel of Fate as it relates to the watches. Not bad watches. I think I like the Aragon more than the Shield. This one here, not super excited about. Again, not a bad watch. For some people, it's probably very much their taste. Just really didn't do too much for me. Love the Chronologia, but I did originally get that Aeromat. Also, not a bad little watch. I was actually would have been okay with that one as well. So, 3 watches delivered as part of their $99 subscription program. 2 out of the 3, very happy with, very okay with. One of which I wasn't real enamored with. Gonna stick with it a little bit more, and so we'll see what we get, and I will post an update. But these are watches 1 through 3, as well as our other 2 that we got on the Wheel of Fate. So hope you enjoyed the video. I'm not an expert, I just enjoy watches, and I thought I would share my experience for anyone else that was considering doing the WatchGang. Overall, I would say I would hesitate before I did the high-end tier until I kind of got a better idea of what I might get. Low-end tier, if you get the entry level, it's going to be probably a quartz watch that is honestly nothing fancy. Fossil probably makes a better watch than what you're going to get at the low end, but again, if you like the watch, if you're happy with it, awesome. $99 tier, I think you're getting a decent watch. They seem to be predominantly Japanese movement. A little bit of automatic sprinkled in here and there, but for the most part appears to be quartz coming. But decent watches, and I think overall the price of the watch that you get is more than what your membership actually costs. And if you were going to flip it on eBay or to a secondary market, you should be able to recoup your money based on my personal experience. So update you guys when a couple more of them come.